Welcome back to Eldeecodes. In this video, we are going to do the practical aspect of Introduction to CSS Part 1. In our previous video, I mentioned that we are going to practice in the next video, and I only went through the slide what CSS is, the standard method of writing CSS. And I told you guys that in that particular slide, we are going to look into inline CSS. So in this video, we are going to learn inline CSS. So this is actually one of the HTML file we have from our previous video. So if you are just watching this for the first time, you can refer to those videos. If you are already if you have already done this, so get your PC ready, open your Sublime Text and practice along. So in this video, we are going to practice inline CSS, and in the slide here, we'll have example how inline CSS looks like. So here we say that inline CSS is more like an attribute to HTML element, and you add in your attributes, the property and the value. So let's take this style as the attribute, then the property and the value, which provide additional information about the HTML tag. So we are going to practice this. So here, but firstly, let me open this in the browser. This is simply how our work looks in the browser. You all know that this is what you have if you practiced in our previous video. So we are going to be adjusting certain things here with CSS. So we are going to be applying CSS to this very code. You all have seen how it looks like. So here we are going to make some adjustments. So firstly, I would like the entire screen to have a particular section to have a background color. So this is second section and this is first section. Okay, let me give this section a style background color of black. So when we save and refresh, this entire section has a background color of black, and I want this section to have color white. So this is going to change all the text there to white. So you can see all the text here are in white color. So I actually want this image to move a bit to this side, so I'm going to style the image. So here I'm going to add in my style attribute, style float, right. So just like the word float, to float to the end you want it to float to. So yeah, you can see the image has floated to our right. So this is basically me trying to tell you different ways you can style your thing depending on how you want it to look like. Okay, so here I'm going to style this. So I'm going to add in color to it. What color are we going to use? Yellow. Okay, when we save, come back and refresh, our link has a yellow color. So, and I want to what else? Okay, I want to increase the size of this font size. Okay, I want it to be maybe 80 pixels. Let me see how big it is. Wow, that's too big. Okay, let me reduce it to maybe 30 pixels. Okay, so here I have actually increased the size of this link here, and I also changed the color. So what else? Maybe I want to adjust this our story here, so I can actually style here. Always remember that your styling, your inline styling goes in the opening tag of each tag. Okay, just as you can see here, it goes in the opening section, opening tag, sorry. So here I want to change this. Okay, text align. I want to align this to center. Okay, I want it to be in the middle of the page. So when we refresh, we'll have our story here in the center. Okay. Also increase the font size of this. So I'm going to increase the font size to 20 pixels, and when I save, it increased a little. Maybe let's make it 50. As you can see, it increased a little. So there are so many things you can actually do with CSS, but with time we'll get to touch them one after the other. So this is basically how you can style your work, okay, using inline CSS. So in the next video we are going to practice internal CSS. Okay, so you can actually take out your time and play around so many CSS styles in your work. You can try changing this. Okay, let's change this one to, let's change the color to style. Let's change the color to red. And I'm also going to show you some wonderful idea. You can see this is completely red, right? So, and I want this particular word to have a different color from the rest. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to span it, and I'm going to start the span style color. I'm going to give it a color of blue. Okay, so when we go back and refresh, you will see that this has blue color. Okay, so I can as well maybe style this particular software word here and all of that. Maybe let me change this span so I can come here and close it. Here I will start this font size. We are going to make it, let's say 40 pixels. Let me see how big it is. So you can see you can actually manipulate certain things using CSS to your own taste, to how you want it. Okay, I noticed that most of our work is hidden here, so I want to add padding to this. So I think this is the first line. Okay, I think this one needs padding, so let's add style here. We are going to add in padding. So I'm going to target to the left, and I'm going to give you 50 pixels. This is quite big. Okay, there are so many things you can do with CSS. You can see this have moved from here to this place. So this is basically the work of CSS. You can actually move it, manipulate it, tell it to do what you want it to do for you. Okay, so and that's basically all for today's lesson. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and follow for our latest updates. Bye.